Dude, well, can we just go back to that for a moment?
Just go back and do that again. All right. So
I mean, I could live there for a while. I could live there. I mean, that could be a 6-minute song.
You think so?
And just do that freaking commit. And after about 4 minutes, people are like, what the fuck? And you're going to be like, yeah, this is happening. 6 minutes of it. No lyrics. It's that good. I like it. I could walk up the whole hill in 6 minutes with that. Come on, you get up the hill. I had that power walk going. Check me out. Sorry, Ben.
Well, it's Friday night. And we've got a new time, so we're an hour earlier. So that
means more energy.
That means we can all sit there and watch Guitar Safari, then go on over and watch James' channel over there, and was a Guitar Talk
Universe.
Yes, and we'll go watch his show with
Hold on. That didn't do them justice. Guitar Talk Universe.
There you go. And then you can cap off your evening with Charles Green and what's going on here, Mitch Heyman.
Find out what the Mitch Heyman is happening, because you never know. You could walk around the corner and be like, what? I didn't know that this kind of Mitch Heyman was happening around here. Whoa. I've never seen that before.
That's right. And so we can sit there and do all that and have a great time. So, maybe this works out for everybody.
Yeah, maybe it does. We got a great topic tonight because we love YouTube people. We were discussing YouTube's close to me, Charles, I think. The headquarters. I think it's about 50 miles from my house.
Yeah.
So if I got a problem, I'm going to them directly. Going down there and saying, hey, this is bullshit. I got 379
but
I almost got 380 subscribers. I should have way more sponsorships by now. Why am I not driving a Lexus? That's what I want to know. I'm the Geo. Why can't I get at least free tinting on my windows for the Geo at this point? I'm kidding. We should say hi to people because we love you guys.
So? Yeah, all right, so let's do that. Well, first in the chat, Herb of Fireside Studio saying howdy, fellas. Well, hello there, Herb. Good evening to you.
Fuck yeah, Herb. Oh, sorry.
Then we're followed by Dan Gorman saying hi, Charles and Seth. Well, hello there, Dan.
Hey, what up, Dan?
Chrisman NYC follows. So you saying what's up? Welcome in. And Seth has a drinking problem. We're not talking about it, but it's there for all of us.
It's not a drinking problem. I waited all week to have my love IPA.
And I'm just having a Negro Modelo. So
you're a good friend. What
can you do?
Charles, you can be basic is what you can do.
You could, but we got Ben in the house, so all is well.
Almanac is a local brewery. It's no big deal. No big deal.
Earl is here saying hello. And where's YouTube? Well, it's right down the road from
50 miles. You got a problem, Earl? Do you need me to go handle something for you? I'll go down there and knock. You know, they would probably come out and kick my ass so fast. They have good security at their YouTubes, I bet.
Well, better than Sherman anyway.
I'm telling you that if you tried to pull some shit down there at a YouTube headquarters, they would turn you around and spin you out of there quicker than, you know what I mean? They're not messing around. They've got some money. And I think they're in that area where Facebook is. It's this whole, down just past the peninsula of San Francisco, past the airport, past Southern, and you come into all that stuff before you get to San Jose, as you get into San Jose. And, it's kind of actually good to do a tour. I did a tour a long time ago of the museum of the computer museum down there, where they have like one of the first Apple computers in there behind a thing, and it was pretty cool. It was the Museum of Technology or something.
Well, that's great. That's just great. You get out and you get to do some stuff. But let's finish welcoming in everybody. Yeah, and we got Matt of McCollum Music saying beautiful landscape. Why, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
we're just hanging out in the field there. And let's see, Eddie Fay saying, so we meet again, Mr. Bond.
Oh, yeah. Bond. Presley. Presley's not. I mean, Presley's kind of a cool name, but it doesn't roll out. It's kind of jet.
And we appreciate Michael Krause because he left Phil McKnight to come over here. So,
you know, I didn't know that we would bump into Phil McKnight. Doesn't he start at 3 Pacific?
Well, he starts at it was 5 o'clock my time. So that's 2 hours ago. You get 2 hours and you're done. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's cool because I think some people are just kind of getting in, and they might get in at the end of Phil and get stoked, and they're like, "Oh, now I'm stoked on guitar." You know, what am I? You know, and then they could come hang. I mean, Phil's way cooler. Let's admit it, Charles. I mean, Phil McKnight. He built this empire of a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, he might long for the days back to the day, because you know how you go up, you're like, oh, I remember the day when he had 379 subscribers, and he's like, oh, those were the simple times, Charles, when I could work on guitar still,
when I could do stuff, right?
You know, and so I guess I'm living in the simple times. But you know, I enjoy his content very much. He's very much an inspiration, and I hung out there a lot until it got to be over 500 in the chat.
Yeah,
that's where I tapped out.
It's a good channel. I love watching all his workbench stuff when he's working on stuff.
It's great.
Those are my favorite videos.
His deep dives, his reviews. I trust his knowledge and experience. He's a luthier, very much like he has worked in a guitar shop and owned a guitar shop. I worked in a guitar shop for years and years. So a lot of his stories really ring true, you know. I like to hear in his shop stories of like when a Fender that he had you know had in his shop, and somebody comes in and they freaking knock it down. He's like, what are you even doing? You never were going to buy that guitar. You don't even play guitar. I like hearing those kind of stories because they're very human.
Right.
You know, they're good stuff.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, was he one of your first guys that you watched a lot?
He was the first one I went to. He was from Phil. I found Ben and everybody else. So.
You know, I was watching some Marty just because I would stumble across him, and then I would think it was kind of funny because I could play everything that he played back in the early days was so simple that it could, oh yeah, I remember this song. And then, you know, to bring that campfire repertoire, I would watch his videos back in the day. We're talking, you know, 8 years ago or something, 6, 7 years ago.
All right.
But recently it's different, newer folks, you know. Recently I started subscribing to like everybody. I used to hold back and like limit my subscriptions for some dumb reason. But now I subscribe to everybody that I find interesting because I figure that if I like it, you know, a lot of woodworking I've been watching lately, you know.
Well, let's finish saying hello to everybody because we're
way behind probably.
We're way behind. So we got Gear Junkie 35 saying, what's up, everybody? It's been a great
34
day for him, so appreciate it. Awesome. We got the Hitman Dwight Bailey saying hello.
What up, Dwight?
We got Dave chasing hello. Finally made one.
Big Wave Dave.
Big Wave
in
Dave.
The freaking house. What is going on, dude?
For Tone saying hello, folks. Who's that?
What? Hold on, Brian.
Uh-oh.
That's one of my, you know, with Ben Coombs is definitely one of my favorite channels of the last, you know, 3 years or something. And then Brian's probably one of my favorite. Searching for Tone is one of my favorite channels of the last year for sure.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. He does some
lot of fun. Does some funny stuff. Milehouse Studios.
We got Ken Hit Metalworks in the chat saying good AA.
What up, Ken? Good AA. Good day.
That's right, Herb. No worries, buddy. It's we changed it up last week, and I almost forgot myself. So.
Charles texted me because he figured that I forgot, but I was just getting my. So my workshop goes from
I was just covering the bases, bud. Just covering the bases.
I know, but it goes from workshop to YouTube bench. Like I set it up. It takes 10 minutes of setup or 15 minutes of setup to turn from my workshop optimum working to my sit place for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like last minute to get to the thing. But anyway, we're here and we're having a beer, and this is a good time on a Friday night because YouTube, guitar YouTube. Oh, I have a question for you, Charles, about YouTube and for the chats. Do you find yourself oftentimes doing the short scroll, or are you more committed to a long-term content? Do you seek out the 8-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute video?
Most of what I watch tends to be the longer form. If
40 minutes?
Yeah, well, anything from between 5 to 30.
Okay. If it's 40 minutes, I'm watching it on 2 times.
If it's 40 minutes, I've got to be I'll watch it if it's something I'm interested in.
Yep. I like watching stuff on 2 times that is informative.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because usually when they're just explaining, now I'm going to stand at, but you can watch that on 2 times and get through the video, and then it allows me to watch 3 or 4 videos on a specific topic before I delve into it,
Mm-hmm.
and try it.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about guitar, even playing, building, everything about guitar is it always has you trying something new. From the moment you pick up guitar, you're challenged with the new. It's the new chord. It's the new scale. It's the new song. It's the new, which is what a human brain kind of, needs to be satisfied. We need new, and we need to figure stuff out, which guitar, man, fucking thank you for guitar.
I love it. All right, so let's see. We got Billy Baloney here. We got Steve Reeser saying hello to everybody.
What up, Billy? What up, Steve? Stever?
And let's see. We got Time Surfing Alien.
TSA, as I say in the chat to save time and finger wear on the keyboard.
Nelson Rodriguez has made his way in. Well, welcome in.
Nice. Nelson's in the house.
Let's see.
Playing some power chords, shredding.
We got Fox Guitar Rocks. He says, I got a nice Paisley Telecaster for my wife last week. Best trade I ever made. Love it.
Oh,
we got Rico B. Says,
Vox, I am using that again next week. I almost want to write that one down. It's in the chat, though, because I'm going to say that, and it's going to be a hit. I'm going to say, oh, dude, because I have some friends that love guitars, too. I'm like, dude, I got a private stock PRS, McCarty 20, whatever it is, last weekend for my wife. And they're going to look at me like, what? You never spend money. What are you talking about? You got? I think, yeah, it's the best trade I ever made. That's hilarious. That is a winner. I love that. You win. We're coming to your house. You're going to buy us lunch, and then we'll go home.
That's right.
Jesus.
So we got Wayne McConnell saying hello, fellas. We got
what up, Wayne?
Art of Noise.
Art of Noise
we got
in the house.
Brother Zach Thong
ZT
asking how we're doing tonight. Well, we're doing all right. We got Greasy Monkey Guitars saying howdy, y'all.
How many extra pairs? Yeah, how many extra pairs of strings does Zach Thong typically keep around? Are you, Zach? Are you a 2 sets of strings inside the case of the nice acoustic guitars? I think you are. I think you're at least a 1 set of nice strings inside the case of your guitars ready to go. You tell us. You tell us in the chat. We're longing to know. We want to peel back the onion.
We got Randy Crook saying hello there. And let's see. I saw some other names.
Got a Randy Crooks co-designed headstock on this Les Paul back here. Anyway.
We got everyone's favorite music in law, Ryan Hall. We have Martian Murray.
What up, Martian Murray?
We've got Mitch Heyman.
What the Mitch Heyman?
Yeah. Got Vox Guitar Rocks.
What up, Vox?
And we got Charles Green. He made his way in. Well, hello there,
what up, Charles? Charles, stop by. That ain't no bullshit. Yeah, Charles Green is in the house.
All right, so now I'm going to let you talk because you got some stuff to say. Go ahead.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess
Okay, that's not where I thought
inside.
we were going, but
Give
okay.
them a sin. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for you to mute me. Of pride to make
So, no,
it
I'm not going to do it now. 'Cause, yeah, so,
easier.
it's just
Children.
we'll just do that instead.
Remind us how it used
All
to
right.
be. I remember long ago, never to walk.
So let's go ahead and get back to our topic. We're talking about what are we watching on the YouTubes? What's the guitar content that we're seeing out there? And Matt said he heard a fella might be showing off a 2024 Les Paul Standard 50s reissued solid top around 1 a.m. Just saying. Well, Matt,
Because the great.
we go ahead and we look for that posting out there, looking for you to go ahead and show that off later.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to do a show here.
I'm sorry. Sometimes that just happens and I can't control it, and I have to get at least halfway through the song. And then it's just like it's a glitch. It's like one of those.
Well,
you got to kick.
I'm telling you, no. We got Vox Guitar Rocks. He says he found a channel that was using short segments of Tony's Addicted to Gear channel for their channel. Thoughts? Oh, that is.
Ooh. I'm intrigued. How were they using said bits? Were they using those bits as if they were like segmenting and then using the content to create their content? That's interesting. That's very interesting, because I don't like that if it's cutting up their video and then making another video about the product. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it. I guess I'd have to see it.
I don't know. It sounds like they're using, Tony's content as their content, which is what it sounded like from the way it was phrased.
Yeah, like if you're having a thing like where you're like, oh, I'm doing a review on this guitar, and then you show Tony playing it or something. That's not cool, really. I mean, other than that Tony's playing is pretty good, but I mean, better than pretty good, Tony. I'm not trying to, but that's just what you say when somebody plays really good. But that's kind of weird. Yeah. You know what? Come over to Presley. You need to borrow some of my content, my friend. You want to really take your stuff up to the next level. You got to borrow from the right place. I mean, come on. All right. Whew. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
All right. So
you don't. I mean, well, yeah.
No, not at all. It's not cool. Randy Crook says he watches the both of us. He watches Ben. He watches Phil, and he will pop in on a couple of others.
Yeah. I've been watching Mile House. He's funny. I've been watching. Oh, I watched a little bit of the Bald. No, is it the Bald Shredder? The guy, he does like a Saturday night building thing where he was building a guitar on Saturday nights. Mm-hmm. Some Leo James builds. I watched some of that. I thought it was fun. And the guy that is working with him is a more experienced luthier that, like, I don't know, worked. It's obvious when the way that he works on guitars, he's been, you can see he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
He's got a beard. I forget what the name of the channel is, but they're Johnny Bean. I think it's Johnny Bean channel. Does that ring a bell?
There is a Johnny Bean. Sure.
Johnny Bean channel. Yep, that's the dude. I think he's in my area too. I enjoyed it. They were building, and his buddy that was working on guitars, in my opinion, is really good at it.
Well, Ben says when Seth starts singing, he cuts himself.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right, Ben. You know that you want me in your band. You know that, because it would be fun as hell, and I can hit the right notes. Don't worry.
And Vox says he used to make good money singing. People would pay him to stop.
Yeah, that's my form of busking. I just go into a lobby and I start that song, and before you know it, I've made $400, and I'm forced to leave. Mm-hmm.
And Eddie Faye says, "Yeah, Ben Coombs and Searching for Tone channels are fun." Yep.
Yeah, because they're fun, chill hangouts. It's not like chill hangouts are way fun. rather than, always going through content and consuming videos. I like Hangouts.
So Vox says that channel showed Tony playing guitar or a product that they were selling.
See, I don't know. Oh, that they were selling. So maybe Tony did a sponsored video for them. And within that video, when they sent him the product, they said, we get to use pictures of you.
Maybe, but sometimes these companies, they'll just, if you have demoed their product, they'll clip that part of your video and put it up on their website and without even asking.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the case either too, but
I think it's harder to clip it and put it on YouTube unless he sent them the footage not as a YouTube video. Like, hey, this is the video that I'm going to put out on your product. Take a look at it. And then they have that video that's not, then they can clip from it without him doing it, but then that's kind of, shady, a little bit shady, but whatever.
Yeah.
They could at least put up a little thing that says, addicted to gear, or a subscribe or something that would help him out, which would be cool. If they're going to use that.
Yeah.
That would make it cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they got another channel saying, "Oh, and here, he reviewed it. Here is Tony from Addicted to Gear playing it. Subscribe here." Blah blah blah.
It's true. I want to say hello to Steve Cassidy Guitar. I missed him when I was going through earlier.
What up, Stever? We have to look for that answer.
Could watch, there are some folks that are in here. For example, Steve Cassidy Guitar's got a nice channel.
Yes.
Watch it. You could watch yourself some Charles Green.
You could watch some Charles Green for sure. I mean, I don't even do videos anymore, Charles. It's kind of a shame.
You could watch Search for Tone.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a little Guitar Man 45. Bo, hope you're doing well. And we got brother William Silva as well.
What up, William? What up, Bo? Searching for Tone on Wednesday nights is a cool, fun environment. And Charles, he ended up, remember when we were first doing, hey, what should we do for Guitar Fire? Should we do segments? Should we do guitar news? And then, we were going to do segmented. I don't know, Brian, if we ever would have gotten to GIFs that accompanied our segments, we probably wouldn't. We might have had pieces of cardboard that I held up and went like this. Next segment brought to you by. Anyway, but we decided to go with the free flow single topic deep dives. Like 60 minutes.
Because we're crazy.
Tonight, right? Well, no, I mean, I think it's a good platform. I think the deep dive on the single topic with wide strays off the rails, as everybody knows, we're like this. We come to the rails occasionally, but is a good format in the way that it's a chill, but we still talk about this. Yeah, exactly. I know.
Well, we got John Duchesne. He's part of that whole OU812 crew.
Shredders.
Watch them several times a week and have a good time.
The hammer on, the hammer off, the slide, the pull, the whammy. They do all the stuff.
And Marsha Murray saying In the Blues is his favorite Aussie guitar YouTuber. I love that channel.
I actually forgive him for being left-handed. It's not his fault. All right, we're going to watch anyway. Feels weird as a guitarist because we know guitar's not supposed to be played left-handed. It's sacrilegious.
Oh my!
We'll allow it. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. It's not.
I don't know. It sounded like fighting words to me.
Going to hell playing. You're supposed to play mandolin if you're left-handed, Charles. Everybody knows that. Mandolin for all the left-handed players. No, I'm joking. They're probably wait. That's a good topic we should do. Left-handed versus right-handed. Who's the shredderist of them all? Who's the most shreddery left-handed player? All right, we're getting on to a new topic. Tonight we're talking about YouTube.
Yeah, you're all over the place. I don't know.
I'm thinking that's a great topic because I never.
Maybe this hour isn't good for you. Maybe you need that time to get grounded.
4 minutes is my max attention level, so we have to keep it at 4-minute segments. Next segment.
Well, yeah, Steve Cassidy Guitar says Mile House is awesome. All right.
Yes. Yes, he curses a lot. He is fun to watch, and it's quick pace. He's a good editor, or whoever edits for him is good. It's quick pace. Yeah, entertaining. I like it.
There you go.
Not that until but for Brian, I'm sorry, but for Brian should watch that Mile House too, because he's also a guy who builds, you could say, better than he plays, like, and does his one craft is stronger than the other, you know, and he's getting to be better. Like, we've all seen Phil, if you watched him for the past however many years, he's gotten way better on guitar. So everybody gets better, hopefully, over time. But he's not, you know, he's not the shredder of the most. He can build a guitar so good and work on them, and then he plays like I play, like, you know, like a player, not like a shredder.
So, you know, if you're interested in guitar channels, you got Guitar Talk Universe has a show that comes on right after this one now.
Yes,
and you know, you can go over there and you can make fun of Quentin James if you like.
Oh, people beat up on him all show, huh? Oh, that's not familiar.
Not at all.
No, that'd be a good place to hang out. Usually I'm eating right after our show.
Well, the truth is, I actually moved. Well, we were talking about moving the show because I wanted to watch Quentin James.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I want to eat, but I mean, if my wife is not home, which tonight she might not be back from her friend, then I could eat and watch, which could be a thing. Yeah. Be great.
So Randy wants to know what we're drinking. Well, you know, I am drinking a Negro Modelo, and Seth has
Almanac Love IPA.
Love IPA.
Hazy IPA, 6.1%. 6 point. So it's not like off the charts or anything crazy.
No, Bo, you're right. Normally we're on at 9 your time, and last week we talked about moving the show an hour earlier so that I could watch Quentin James, you know. So, you know.
Yeah,
we could just kind of do the whole through play from Phil to us to Quentin to Charles Green and Mitch Heyman. And Quentin James and Steve Brand's on with him, correct?
Well, we did also discuss the sex aspect of that, right? That I would personally probably have more sex in my life if I can end the show earlier. So
that was part of the discussion.
Factor, right? So you get out, and then you can go out to dinner. You can do the romancy, and hey, my lady. You're my lady, right? And then, and wait, hold on. This is leading to guitars.
Is it now?
Then, once you said, "My lady," I can't wait to walk the dog for you tomorrow, girl. And then when the next day, you could maybe buy a guitar. Brought it back.
Well,
bam.
Well, William's got himself a Fuzzlord Riffmaster on the way. Real decal, OC4 board treble booster. Can't wait for it.
What? Hold on. They got a treble booster coming full time. You can dial that thing as like a always on pedal. It might become your little secret sauce. That's what my treble boost is when I use it. Yep.
There you go. Yeah, let's see.
I'm looking at some of the funny comments. I'm sorry.
So so Michael Krause is watching Ben Coombs. He's watching us. He's watching Phil. He's walking 60 Cycle Hum, Swamp Box Breakdown, TPS, and that ex-CIA cop guy who searches for tone.
Oh, that CIA guy, huh? I heard. Oh yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. No, he's not. He was a firefighter.
He's a firefighter, but
which is what all the CIA say. And by the way,
yeah, he snuck in. He snuck in. He's hanging out here.
Who?
Unfucking believable.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, that's good.
He doesn't watch YouTube. Remember, you got to pay attention to the comments, man. As they go by.
I can't pay attention.
So, Bo says, "Okay, it's time to go pick up the Murphy." All right.
Ooh, come on.
I love it.
Everybody loves a Murphy Lab. They're good stuff. They're not. You know, it's not just the hype on some of those guitars are just really good. Good instruments.
Oh, let's see. Oh no, Steve, you know you got a great channel there. Happy to shout you out. We're talking.
Hell yes.
We watch you. So hey,
yes. Right. Steve Cassidy, absolutely. Also, Jace Allen guitar. Recently started watching that. A little couple things here and there.
So Quentin is recruiting on the show. He's trying to get John DeShane to come on over and play when they go live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Awesome.
Nice. So what's the how does it work with your DAW setup? Can you just have like your Spark plugged in and you'll be able to listen and just shred along? Because that could work.
As long as you can hook up and it sounds good and it doesn't delay too much, then you should be good. They are encouraging everybody to come on the show. My
internet's much better tonight. Am I not chugging like I was?
You've here and there you've been glitching a little bit.
All right, but not like last week. I went and watched some of last week, and it was really
last week was really rough. This is better than last week.
We had tons of wind last week, and also I went and readjusted we got Wi-Fi extension antennas, so it should be a little bit better. I'm showing better than last week for sure. I mean, people probably like the glitchy. It's probably like, time.
Thank you, Brian. Brian says our platform is perfect.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. We just wanted to. It was originally going to be live after Tony or something like that because we wanted to hang out after Tony was done, and we were like, "We're not done. We want to keep talking about."
The original name was going to be live after Tony, right?
Right. Yeah, it was one of the first thoughts, and it was also. What was it? Silly. It was something. It was something that was pretty catchy that we almost went with, like guitars, silliness, and whatever. But it was way better than that. It was more catchy. It was yours. You should remember it. And then I said, Charles, my number one video is guitars, and everybody had used Guitar Safari. I think it's been a common term for like seeking out guitars,
right?
So I figured that's a good one, right? We all like Guitar Safariing. And we did talk about safaring a lot more in the early days, like going out and buying stuff. And what was your, buy of the week? And what was your, Guitar Safari? What did you, I used to be a flipper. So that was something that I did all the time. I was always on the search to flip.
Guys want to go ahead and they want to talk about that thing they got.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear about the new stuff. Yeah.
Sure. Go for it, right? It's sharing with everybody what you got going on is awesome.
Well, need I say Les Paul? I mean,
all right, so let's see what else we got. So Eddie Faye says, honestly, when I first started watching, I thought you guys were going to search out guitars in the wild and do road trips to pawn shops and music stores.
That's actually that'd be a good premise.
Yeah, that would be a great show. It's unfortunately a lot of places don't like it when you do that, right? But it would be hard to do a weekly show like that because you'd have to find a different place, that you can get to within a certain amount of time and do that.
I mean, I like the idea of going out and buying them in the wild off of other people, like Craigslist ads and stuff. But then oftentimes they don't want to be filmed, and they're, it can get kind of sketchy, whatever. Yeah, that'd be a great thing. Guitars. I mean, I've seen actually other videos come up that it came in my feed. Guitar Safari, and it was somebody else doing just that. There's a person that goes into all the pawn shops to every city that they visit, and they record all the pawn shop finds, which is a cool thing. I kind of like. I watched. Show the back of that again. Oh, the LP. Okay, I will show that, Randy, for you. I did a belly carve on it. It took me a long time because I did it the slow way. You know, sometimes I do things the slow way.
Clayton James, when you come over to my house, we'll do it. How's that sound? We'll restring that 12 string together.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's got some pretty good chatoyance to it. And then
there you go.
The belly car. Oh, wait, that's not showing the belly.
All right, let's see what else is going on here. Randy Crook says most of the time when he watched, he's drinking and smoking weed. He couldn't handle segments. I love it.
Yeah, segments can be good and bad because they can move on the pace, they can keep it going. But then again, when you get into a good subject in a good spot, you like to linger there for a while. It's more fun to linger if it's, you know, a good topic.
Yeah. Box Guitar Rock says he watched In the Blues video today and thought, wow, Shane's looks young. The video was 12 years old.
Oh, that might be why. Yeah, exactly. He can look real good when it's an old. Yeah.
And Eddie's face, he's enjoying watching Brent's his Tone Yeager on YouTube, and he really likes his editing style. So, all right.
I have been watching the Tone Yeager as well.
Yep, and it's a great channel.
Felt very proud when I got a shout out in one of his videos because I commented on him that his G string or B string or whatever that was sounding flat. I heard it and I was like, dude, you just need to clean out that nut slot. I'm 90% sure. Take some 600 grit sandpaper, fold it in half, and clean out that nut slot. Good to go. He didn't have 600, but he used a little bit of coarser grit and did it delicately, and it worked perfect. So I like being able to share that stuff. Made me feel like, that knowledge that you think is useless has a little bit of a use, right? Because you have that trick stored, and then, you know, it's kind of useless unless somebody needs it. And then when somebody needs it, that's great to be able to share it.
I love this because, Quentin said he'll be wearing pants for the show tonight.
Oh, he says that, but it's not confirmed, and you can't count on it.
He says that's fake news.
That's fake. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's like I hesitate. Yeah, I'm not even going to say it. It's like a promise that you might not want to rely on. All right. It could potentially be broken. It may have been made in good faith initially and could be broken. You know, it's just one of those things. Hey, Charles, you have done a couple, or have you not done a couple of headstock decals and applied them?
I have done some applying of decals to different guitars. Like on the back of Unbelievables, I hid a little one of my logos as a tattoo on one of the girls.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You know, okay, perfect.
And so I did some water slides. And
is that one that you printed out yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked out pretty well. But I want to get your guy that does where you get your headstock decals, because
they're really
your headstock decal than I can make myself. That will stick out in all sorts of colors. Because like when I did Randy's guitar the first time, my headstock logo would not stand out on all those colors.
The gold,
the
gold fill with the black outline, and you can also get gold fill with a white outline. Right? Yeah, that really, the gold fill is what you can do. White fill though too if you want. You can do anything you want, but for every time you do a color change, there's a up. You know, so if you order a sheet, which I order them in sheets because it's $14 for 2, but then I can get a sheet of like 16 for like $40. So that's not bad. But what you can't do is do a bunch of different. They charge you $2 for every color change. So you can do 4 of one, and then for $2 they'll change it again, and then for $2 they'll change it again. So you can get some different ones. Like I got some that were black with gold outline. Like Ben's guitar has a black with gold outline. I only have had a couple of those.
Right.
They're cool. I like those decals.
Vox Guitar Rock says he hopes his wife doesn't start a Doge department to figure out how I financed my gear.
Oh, that's funny. He's going to start making some cuts. That's terrible. And we shouldn't even laugh about that. That whole thing is just, it's embarrassing. It's difficult for everybody right now. Even the guy from T's Guitars did a video about how the hammer is coming down on him because he imports all his stuff from China. It's pre-built, and then he puts his special sauce on it and sends it out. And he's basically, making his money as a secondary setup and shipping and handling and organization of the whole company for that matter. But it's going to be more difficult now. Everything's coming from China. It's all going to be more expensive for him.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. I mean, that's tough. I'm sorry for him.
Eddie Fay is saying Music Theory Breakdown channel is broken down to a level that even Eddie can understand. It's good stuff.
Music Theory. Oh, Desi Cerna has a Music Theory channel that is, you got to know a little bit to get in the door. You got to know your chords and your majors and your minors and your strings and you can get in there and there's some basic theory. There's like interchanging modes that he talks about that'll get you. He does it linked to songs that you love, like why Comfortably Numb works so well, and it actually changes modes when it goes to that chorus part and goes to that C major, and he'll describe the music theory behind why that song works the way it does. Yeah. And I think he calls it why this song works. And they'd be good to give you a taste into music theory.
Well, Eddie Fay says he stopped watching Canadian Pickers TV because the old lady really needed the money, bought a 1930s Gibson acoustic in great shape, and they told her it was worthless and offered $500, and she took it.
Oh, that's messed up.
Wow, that is messed up.
I've had that opportunity handed to me, and I did the right thing. And then I felt like I told the woman, like, this is worth minimum $5,000. I said, this is worth the kind of money that I can't even go and scrounge up the money to give you the bare bones money that would be right. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be like, if I gave you $3,500 for it right now, I wouldn't go to hell. But I don't have $3,500 for it, and it's worth $15,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Matt, Ben is kind enough to post Matt's link for tonight when he shows off that guitar.
Ooh, all right,
that'd be great. We got Eddie Fay.
Wait, when he shows off what guitar?
RJ Ronquillo that has been on Ben Coombs' channel before. He can play guitar pretty good.
That guy shreds. He knows some modes.
RJ for sure has a great channel.
He's got a good playing style. He's very much along the lines of Ben, although I've heard more. Maybe I've just heard more of Ben's tones, but Ben's got the ability to dial tones. RJ has that as well. He has the ability to find a tone, and his pedal demonstrations are very good. A little more in depth than I personally need.
Mm-hmm. Well, last week we were talking, and I was talking about this LPD pedal that I was negotiating back and forth.
You got it?
And Ben got all hurt because I didn't buy it at a certain price. Well, next day I did get it for $120, my LPD 74.
Wait, what was the price that you were trying for?
Well, the pedal had started at, I think it was one. They were asking $150, which was completely reasonable for the pedal.
Totally fair, right? Should have been an easy sale.
I offered $100, and we back and forth.
Right.
And my final offer was $115.
Yeah, you didn't offer 75, which is 50% hit. I get it. Yeah, you went a little.
Then I'll let the last offer expire. Let the last offer run out because we offered me a price. I said, no, best I can do is $115. Right. And I says,
oh boy,
that last $115 you didn't respond to. So I kind of let it go into the next day. And then, about midday the next day, I said, look,
a little bit of cool off.
I offered him $120 and he took it.
You're damn right he did.
So I basically, I got the pedal for the price I wanted. Now, a fella might have another pedal on the way.
What?
Yeah. Might have
Now
another.
you have a pedal addiction all of a sudden out of nowhere. Now you got a pedal addiction.
And Coombs is gonna flip his lid when I.
No, he is gonna flip his lid. Well, what is it? You just spill the beans.
No.
Come on, Flounder. Spill the beans.
We're gonna play a little coy on this one.
All right. You're not gonna tell us for reals?
Hey, Blue Mox. Yeah. We'll find
Who's
out.
the lucky merman?
You know,
is he courageous? Is he tall? Sorry, I'm reciting lines from The Little Mermaid. If you didn't know, Charles.
Well,
just
I want to say hello to
know.
Blue Mox, who's here, and he's saying "Ayo" to both you and I, and hoping everybody has a decent Friday.
I wasn't calling you Flounder, Charles. I was reciting lines from The Little Mermaid. All right, spill the beans, Flounder. Anyway, sometimes it's in here.
Nelson Rodriguez got himself some wooden knobs for a Telecaster body.
Yes, you did. That sounds amazing. I want to do some lathing. That sounds cool. You can make some knobs with a spinner, the lathe. No, you can't do it.
Yep. And
No,
Eddie Fay and I, we've both been watching. We watch a channel that is one was called Rena Del Cid, and Tony Lundgren was her partner. They used to play together. Well, now Tony has her own channel as well, and they're both really talented players and singers. And
they broke up?
No, they still do stuff together. But Tony didn't. I don't believe she had her own channel before. So.
Yep, I got Blue Mock says I should have Seth's nuts and knobs. Presley's nuts and knobs. You should touch some today. No, I'm kind of rethinking the Presley nut thing. Maybe not the best marketing idea, right? You got to try stuff and see how it lands, and then you can always dial back. Maybe I was being a little aggressive. All right, maybe that wasn't where the world wanted to go, but but maybe Presley nuts will have their moment in time. Maybe it's just not now.
There you go. Well, Ryan Hall.
Maybe Presley nuts had their moment in time 25 years ago. I don't know. I'm just saying. Whew. No. Sorry, had to go there.
Ryan Hall got a Voodoo Labs 2+ in Alexis Power conditioner with 2 pull-out lights that work with a voltage reader.
The comments, dude, the comments are killing me. I'm about to fall out right now. I can't even with these comments. Presley nuts, we won't bust your strings. Presley nuts, turn and cough. Oh, so good. You guys are my marketing team. Did we know we just got a marketing team for Presley Customs? Ryan Hall, and who was that? That was also Brian, I think. Genius ideas. You guys they're going on the whiteboard for sure. We don't know if it's going to make it all the way to print, but just saying, really good. Thanks, guys.
There he is. Martin of L&M Guitar Corners. He says he watches Charles 75N, he watches Ben Coombs, he watches Music Therapy Laz, and he tries to catch most of the community here, but can't catch most of the others, unfortunately. Well,
I watched Martin stain that guitar, and he inspired me. I was inspired by Martin.
Well, one of my favorite channels is L&M Guitar Corners.
So fun. So
one of my favorites.
Inspired to go ahead and stain. So this LP that I have behind me that is just True Oil the same way. So I wanted to do a matching set. I feel that 3 hanging in a guitar store that are all Presleys, that are all the same True Oil flamed maple is going to make a big statement, right? When they're all next to each other. So that's why I did these 2 that are about to go down to Bananas at Large, the guitar store, to be on sale there. But the next one that I do, I'm staining because I watched the L&M videos and was like stoked by it. Mm-hmm.
They're, they just have, it's a lot of fun watching Martin and Lucas go back and forth, right?
Totally. Yeah.
One of my favorite things is their buddy reviews, right? When they review each other's guitars.
So anytime you're chatting with your buddy and you can be kind of funny and honest and be like, no, that's not what you said. That's when it gets funny, like and real. And like, that's kind of the same thing here. Like we're people bust my balls a lot, but they do love Presley nuts. But that's part of the fun of the show is that we just get to be ourselves. You know what I mean? And we meet these great folks that we really enjoy. Like I'm so inspired by going and seeing that blue. It was a blue burst that he did and it came out fantastic. I'm like,
Well, he's not only building guitars, he kits himself. He's got his son building the kit. He's got his daughter working on one,
And I want you to know that because you're kind of a traveler kind of dude that gets around. You want to come out to San Francisco zone. I'll have a kit here ready for you. We'll hang out and we'll build some stuff. So come on down to San Francisco, dude. You seem like someone that would be fun to chill with. Is it down to San Francisco? We're kind of right in the middle. We're not in the equator. We're in the northern hemisphere, but come on over to California. I don't know. It's hard. Good old California. We got Seth's No Bust Nuts and Nut Lubes. Let's not say that. I don't want to have any sexual problems because of this. But it is a fun way. I mean, I didn't even think about that when I put my name on it, Charles, that it was yeah, anyway. And also this one, for some reason, the one that I most recently made up, the slots in it were like done for a left-handed guitar or something. So they're deeper on the E string, on the low E string side. You can't even see that really, but
it's not focusing right.
Yeah.
But Martin's saying he walked Laz through the first real steps with the Tone X1. You should be fine now.
The Tone X1 would be fun to have because that's just you can create anything. You're done.
Eddie saying, out of curiosity, Seth, on your Spark, when it lists tones, are they labeled with songs or band names?
I'm lazy and they are just labeled whatever the person who created the tone made it. So currently it's like Rockman Distortion, Big Wet Lead. I forget what my clean tone is called. It's some kind of, provocative name. And then literally my fourth metal tone is called Metallica. So those are my tones that I have. Because, I mean, that's kind of what I like to play when I sit down and start shredding and like actually playing. I want some Metallica crunch tones and I want a big wet lead solo tone to do like Gilmore stuff. Then I want that Rockman tone to kind of feel like Eddie Van Halen for a second, and then something clean so I can,
And Herb, Eddie Faze reminding us that Herb of Fireside Studios did a fun video on his new toy, a Boss GX 100. Sounded pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait to see that. Wait, that's on who's on Fireside Studios? Okay. All right.
Fireside Studios. Yeah, he got himself a Boss GX 100. I saw that video come up and I'm dying to watch it.
Totally. Yeah, I do. Man, I love my Spark. Just for being, my mom bought me my Spark for a Christmas present. That makes it even cooler that it came from my mom.
Oh, here's a good question for you. Patrick Trites, and welcome in, Patrick. He said, Seth, are your Spark settings downloadable through the amp? Do you have your Spark settings?
I don't have any Presley Spark settings. I should have Presley Nuts Spark settings and have them available for download. It would just take over the internet. But no, I use some weird clean channel that I can't remember right now. But the other three I can actually remember. Rockman Distortion. There's like 5 or 6 of them. I always choose the one that's downloaded the most. So Rockman Distortion, Big Wet Lead. It had like, I don't know, a few thousand downloads. So I did that one. And then Metallica.
No, Bo, your eyes are not going bad. Seth is freezing here and there. Internet is just not behave.
Oh man, I don't know. It's better than last week, but I'm always on Wi-Fi.
It is a lot better than last week.
Yep. I'm always on Wi-Fi, so it's always iffy. And the last couple of weeks in California, we've been having wind storms in my area, like super windy, and that affects my internet Wi-Fi. Sorry, I'm glitchy. That's
It'll do that. And Zach Thong is saying the channels that he watches are Ben Coombs. He watches my channel. He watches OU812, Valerie Brott, Chad Friedman, Thomas Christ, C May, G May, Gary Hubbs, and that's the name of a few channels that he watches.
perfect. I never got an answer about your guitar strings, Zach. We want to know.
No, but he did let you know he plays left-handed. And
Oh, is that right? I'm sorry, Zach. I was just kidding about the left-handed thing. I think it's funny when you point out things that obviously don't matter, but people for some reason like care about like that. Like who even care? The only thing I care about, you know what's cool about having a left-handed guitar player, Charles?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna hit each other in the head with the headstocks. You stand on the correct sides of the stage, and the headstocks are going the opposite ways.
Well,
that's better for everybody.
You know, and the whole thing is, you know, there's no secret. You and I met over on Addicted to Gear. Another great.
Totally.
And you know, he does a lot of the same things that, you know, he does his live stream on Sunday, and he's got his workbench videos, and he likes to put together projects, and you know,
he's been slacking on all the projects. Been doing projects lately.
The last year, not so many projects though.
Okay, I get it. I have been feeling the same way too. Was thanking. We should all take a moment because we're running down to the hour here. We should all take a moment to just be thankful for the fact that we still want to freaking touch guitars, and that we still are in love with it, and that for all that we have put into it, like it hasn't been a hyper focus that we've decided, all right, I'm on to the next thing. The guitar really has us, and it's a lifelong thing. People die loving guitar. You don't get over it, right? And we're lucky to have that. I feel lucky. I felt lucky that today that I was like, I still love building guitars, and that's lucky.
Well, you know, one of the, you know, if you haven't been over and you haven't checked out BC Rich 581's channel,
check him out.
Check him out.
Great
channel.
Make a Pop-Tart.
To see all kinds of,
go check him out.
Odd shaped guitars and weird stuff going on over there.
Yep. It's really good with Pop-Tarts.
This McCall Music guy, he's got a good channel. You know,
he was cracking me up earlier with his.
Oh yeah, he was going.
He had about 10 different really phenomenal taglines that I think I should have on the front door of the workshop studio here, that you should have to read aloud before you're allowed to walk in. Before entering Presley Customs, I here do abide by these 10 commandments. Thou shalt touch Presley nuts. Thou shalt play Presley nuts. Sorry, I'm just joking, but it'd be a great thing to have that outside. Recite it. All right, now you can come in. Have a bubble. Oh, I got a face slap. Yes. 59 minutes in, we finally got one.
There you go.
It's been fun tonight. I like the new time slot.
It's a little bit of adjusting. I guess I have to get more psyched up and ready to keep you reined in.
I feel like I really have to pee. I feel like my pee cycle is off. Like I would have had a long pee earlier. So I'm normally at the end. I don't feel like, you know, as much of a need to urinate. But tonight I've got that. I mean, I don't know. It's not that much liquid, but boy, whew.
I do need a face palm t-shirt. You're right, Bo.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Come on, Presley. It is it. Come on, Presley.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
They'll sell like hotcakes.
So we're heading it over to Guitar Universe. Then we're heading to see Mitch Heyman and Charles Green. Then after that, we don't know where we're going, or we know the third place.
No, we go so from here it's
Universe,
and then it is Charles Green and Mitch Heyman, and from there, who knows?
Oh, okay. All right, I had it covered.
McCall Music will be on at 1 a.m, showing you a great Les Paul.
1 a.m. Let's do it. I'll be there.
Is it 1 or 1:30? I can't
I
remember.
don't know. Let's make it happen. Yep. Take me down to the river.
So
you guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out this week with Guitar Safari with Charles and me.
That's right. And so go on over, check out Quentin James and Steve Rand over at Guitar Talk Universe. Have a great time.
Ooh.
Check out Charles and Mitch later on after that.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you guys in the
next
chat.
week. Oh, wait. Next week I won't be here. Somebody will be here. Maybe. I got to do something. I got a kid that's doing a concert and he needs my backup. I got to be there.
There you go.
For a kid.
There you go.
Yep.
And Keith H was here. Well, hello there, Keith
What
H.
the hell? I got to say 5, 6, 7, 8. Because if I don't say that, he doesn't make the change every time.
I don't know what you are talking about.
I'm talking about talking in. Come on, people. Charles and me. About to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down. 1 volume, 1 tone. Yeah, Charles and me. We're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer and turn